Can you just snap a picture of this and send to me by text message? Just the ball. Along with the picture. You want video? Yeah, sure. Including the picture, yeah. I'll just fill it on that sheet.
From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It's Lexington Blue Sox baseball once again on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. Opening night for the Blue Sox in the Intercity League, season number 29 of Blue Sox baseball as they take on the newly rechristened Lexington Bulldogs, their new in-town rivals, coming off a loss 8-0 to the newly rechristened Sabertooth Expos last night out. And yes, I'm back. Let's watch a Blue Sox game, like a family, like we used to. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Great to be back full-time again. I said it, last summer, towards the end of the summer, but thanks again to Rick and the Blue Sox and the Intercity League for having me back. And unfamiliar territory for the Blue Sox coming off a 3-1 ICL Championship Series loss to the former Middlesex, now Sabertooth Expos. The first time since 2014 that the Blue Sox did not come away with the Intercity League Championship. Obviously, in the 2020 COVID season, you had the Dave Herr and Pete Frates Cup, but it wasn't a full ICL season. But they had won every ICL championship available from 2015 to 2021, even beating the Expos the year prior. But the Expos dethroning the Blue Sox. Now the Blue Sox look to take back the title this year. Robbie Cobb will begin the season on the mound for the Blue Sox. Number 35 in blue, number 1 in your hearts. And here is Joe Cacciatore, the center fielder for the Lexington Bulldogs, to lead things off. Baseball's back, folks. First pitch, 8:01 p.m. Here it comes. Down and away for ball 1. Baseball's back in 2023. 1-0 the count to Cacciatore. Cobb delivers up and away. And the count is 2-0. Upstairs, and a 3-0 count to begin the ball game for Cacciatore. Cacciatore had one of the 2 hits for the Bulldogs last night in that 8-0 loss to the Expos, and he draws a 4-pitch walk to begin the ball game. Patrick Solomon, number 2 hitter in the Bulldogs lineup, pitches a strike on the outside corner, but Cacciatore steals second uncontested. So runner in scoring position, nobody out for the Bulldogs. Stolen base and Solomon behind 0-1. Cobb delivers just high. Ball 1. Runner goes for third, throw down to third. Close, but he's safe. 2 stolen bases on the same trip for Cacciatore. He is at third. 1-2 the count. And the first run of the game, and actually that would be the first run of the season for the Bulldogs. Now 90 feet away. The 1-2 is popped up to the right side, down the first base line, and it drops foul. Out of the reach of Nate Wolf, drifting there down the right field line and unable to haul it in, so it'll remain 1-2. Solomon was 0 for 3 with the hat trick last night against the Expos. He is in his third season with the Bulldogs. He is a career .271 hitter, and he takes just high to even the count at 2. Runner at third, Cacciatore after a 4-pitch walk to begin the ball game, then stealing second and third. A little looper into shallow right center. That'll get down for a base hit, and Cacciatore can jog home with the first run of the ball game. RBI for Solomon, 1-0 Bulldogs. So, reasonable start for the Bulldogs here as they try to get in the win column against the Blue Sox. And here is Ryan Boyle, the left fielder, who pops this first one up into left field, camping under it and making the catch is the left fielder Brian Acosta for the first out of the ball game. John Nordman, cleanup hitter and first baseman for the Bulldogs, bats next. Long hold by Cobb, swing grounder to third, fire on to first. Low throw, almost went up the line, but Wolf able to haul it in for the 5-3 put out with Solomon running on the pitch. He gets to second easily. 2 down on the G5. Shane Costello, the right fielder for the Bulldogs, to bring home another runner in scoring position with 2 down, and he takes ball 1. Costello was 0 for 1 last night against the Expos. He takes up and away, and the count will be 2-0. Solomon at second after an RBI single. This will be flared the other way into right field for a base hit, and then it kicks off of Alvarez's glove. And into score is Solomon to make it 2-0 Bulldogs. So the inning continues with the 2-out RBI single by Costello. And here is Connor Bralla, the catcher. Want to know the count, now a swing and a miss. 1-1. Just so much about Bulldogs statistics. Robbie now in his third season with the Blue Sox. He fires in the strike to make it 1-2. Last year at a .373 ERA and was 4-1 in 8 games and 30 innings. 22 strikeouts to 5 walks. And a swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll do it for the top of the first. But the Bulldogs get 2 runs on 2 hits. Leave 1. Happening in the books. Bulldogs 2, Blue Sox coming up. So we'll fill in the Bulldogs lineup as we go, but in the meantime, we can tell you the full Blue Sox lineup. They're going to bat 10 tonight, and it's going to lead off with Jesse McCullough at second, followed by Brian Acosta in left. Julian Alvarez is in right. Austin Maisel is in center. Craig Corliss is behind the plate. DJ Johnson is the designated hitter. Andrew Salima is the extra hitter. Peter Dudonakis is at third. Nate Wolf is at first, and Anderson Jimenez is going to round out the lineup at short. Mentioned Robbie Cobb on the mound for the Blue Sox, getting the start. Gives up 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 walk in that top half. No extra base hits, though. On the mound for the Bulldogs is going to be Vincent Lugadise. He's out of Framingham State. He's a product of Bill Ricca High. This season for the Rams, he was 6-1 with 2 complete games, 56 2/3 innings, an ERA of 3.97 and 36 strikeouts, 220 walks. Brala fires the ball to second, and here we go. The bottom of the first, Jesse McCullough to lead things off for the Blue Sox, getting the start at second base today. Last year for the Blue Sox, Jesse batted .350 with an OPS of .858. 1 double, 4 ribbies, 4 walks in 10 games, and also stole 2 bases in 3 attempts, but he comes up empty on the first pitch. It is strike 1. High fastball there, swing and a miss. That's on the outside corner, 0-2. Lugadise, a new addition to the Bulldogs here, and he can do with his first at-bat. Down and away. Ball 1. 1-2. McCullough, Acosta, and the veteran Julian Alvarez due up here in the bottom of the first as it's a little flare into center field, down for a base hit. Good piece of 2-strike hitting. Falling behind 0-2 by McCullough. He is aboard to begin the bottom of the first. First at-bat for the Blue Sox, first hit for the Blue Sox. And here's the left fielder, Brian Acosta. Check on the runner at first. McCullough back safely. I just want to mention one detail about that 8-0 Expos win last night over the Bulldogs. Andrew Mazzoni, 4 for 4 with a homer and 5 ribbies, and Cloutier went 3 for 4 with a triple and a ribby. It was everything you would expect out of the Expos offense. Back safely again is McCullough. 0-1 still the count after 2 checks of the runner there. Blue Sox as a team were 33 out of 36 in stolen base attempts last season. That's high for ball 1. Expos ran away with team stolen base title in 2022. 73 out of 80. Next closest was the Chiefs with 41. The Bulldogs last year. 27 out of 29, but already 2 here in this game, just by Cacciatore. A swing and a miss, and the count will be 2-2. Couple of throws early in the at bat have anchored McCullough to the bag. There's a third throw, but no tag at all from the first baseman Nordman there. Runner goes, pitch is fouled off. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Vincent. 1 down, runner on first still. And here's the right fielder, Julian Alvarez. Future ICL Hall of Famer, I would say with certainty. Last year, put up an OPS of .821 with 3 home runs. 9 ribbies, 7 walks to 13 strikeouts. Even stole a couple of bags. That pitch bounces in the dirt off the catcher, then off of Alvarez, and that's going to allow McCullough to get to second. I know at that point it's a ball, but I had never seen a pitch hit the dirt, hit the catcher, and then the bat. Did it get the umpire too? Well, pinball machine and around home plate allows McCullough to get into scoring position. Alvarez with a 1-1 count, and he grounds this one to the right side, takes a tricky hop, but handled at second and on to first. 2 down. McCullough up to third now. And it'll be up to Austin Maisel to try and keep the line moving. Maisel wearing the number 9 uniform worn by another Blue Sox great, Dan Graham. In the dirt for ball 1. At the knees for strike 1 to even the count. Close pitch there, but Lugadisi gets the call. Swing and a miss. He's behind a fastball there. Was Maisel, but he's got a runner at third. 2 down, 1-2 the count. Trying to get the Blue Sox on the board. He fouls that one off. We have an official broadcast. On to Worthen Road. Colin reaching on a single to start that inning, but then Acosta strikes out. Alvarez grounds out to second, and it'll be 2-2 as that dart's a little too far inside. Catcher Craig Corliss is on deck. And that got away. Here comes McCullough. Throw to the plate. He's safe. Heads up base running by McCullough allows him to create the first run of the season for the Blue Sox. It's now 2-1. Full count to Maisel. Good thing it didn't hit him. Otherwise, that run wouldn't have come in. Or just put Maisel on first. It came close to him. I thought it sounded like it might have, but I guess it was just the catcher. Brawl's glove. Mark Solomon, I can move the camera a little closer, hopefully during a pitching change or something. I just got to be careful of, just making sure the capture card stays connected. But I hear you, and I'll try to get it as close as I can when I can. And a swing and a miss by Maisel. For the out there, retires the side, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Logadisi, but Jesse McCullough reaches on a leadoff single, then comes around to score thanks to a couple of wild pitches after one complete. 2-1 Bulldogs. Matthew Favazzo to lead things off in the top of the second for the Bulldogs. Favazzo, the Bulldogs shortstop, was 0 for 1 with a strikeout last night against the Expos. Takes on the inside corner for strike one. Robbie Cobb back out there for his second inning of work. Last year, Favazzo, 273 hitter with 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, and 5 ribbies. That drops down the right field line, but it is a foul ball and a break there for the Blue Sox. Could have been extra bases. Instead, it's 0-2. And that no man's land down there towards the corner. So 0-2 the count to Favazzo. And Cobb delivers with the quick pitch. Got him. Strike 3 called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Matthew Favazzo, second strikeout for Robbie. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the second. Fouled off for strike 1 to Trent Ballion. Ballion 0 for 1 last night in the game against the Expos. And that'll be up and away for ball 1 to even the count. Had the chance to call a couple games. Ballion played for St. Michael's during the St. Anselm baseball season this spring. 2-2 the count now to Trent, who, for the Purple Knights, it was a 200 hitter with 4 ribbies. He transferred to St. Michael's from Worcester State. He's from Linfield, and he gets plunked to reach base. So 1 on, 1 out. And now Nick Favazzo, the extra hitter. Bulldogs are also batting 10 tonight. Will step to the plate with a runner on first and 1 out. And he lines this one out of the reach of the second baseman, McCullough. Good leaping effort, but it's into right for a base hit. So Bulldogs have something brewing here at the bottom of the order with 1 down in the top of the second. Rick DeAngelis going out to have a word with Robbie Cobb. With Mike Seibert due up next, the second baseman. And the number 10 hitter for the Bulldogs. So now we have everything filled in. We'll tell you the full Bulldogs batting order as just an infield conference. But Cobb's going to try and maybe roll a pair here. So it's Cacciatore in center, Solomon at third, Boyle in left, Nordman at first, Costello in right, Prala behind the plate, Matt Favazzo at short, Trent Bally in the DH, Nick Favazzo, the extra hitter, and Seibert here, number 10 hitter, second baseman. First and second, 1 out for Seibert. He's going to try and lay one down, hits it in front of the plate. Only play will be to first. It's a successful sacrifice. 2 down, but now 2 runners in scoring position. And the lineup will turn over for the leadoff man, Joe Cacciatore. Led off this ball game with a walk. Picked up a couple of stolen bases and came home to score on Patrick Solomon's RBI single. Two down with Ballion at third and Nick Favazzo at second. Cacciatore scoring the first run of the season for the Bulldogs in the top of the first. What's he got here? With 2 runners in scoring position, he is able to hold back his swing as that pitch is in the dirt. 4-1. Cacciatore grounds this one to short. High hop, but he's got it on to first in time for the out that retires the side, and Cobb and the Blue Sox get out of the inning unscathed. A nice strong throw from short by Anderson Jimenez. $1.5 in the books, and still 2-1 Bulldogs. The Blue Sox will be heading down to Barnstable to take on the Cotuit Kettleers in their annual exhibition, weather permitting. However, that's going to be Sunday afternoon if we are able to get it in. Forecast does not look favorable this weekend across much of Eastern Mass, but it's always a great day, and remembering Pete Frates, of course, through our annual exhibition with the Kettleers. And, of course, remember, Rick DeAngelis played for Cotuit many moons ago. Mike Roberts, father of former Baltimore Orioles second baseman Brian Roberts, the manager of the Kettleers. And Rick was telling us a great story about how one-time Blue Sox prospect and then eventual Kettleers prospect, BC commit, and MLB draft pick Justin Dunn built his relationship with the Blue Sox, Cotuit, and Mike Roberts and everything. He's a great young man and did all the right things. And I mean, only Rick can tell the story as Rick can, but there's a great story about Justin was committed to a league other than the Intercity League or the Cape Cod League. The summer he played for the Blue Sox, and he honored that commitment, but then went to the Kettleers the following year and eventually became a first-round draft pick. Here's Craig Corliss to lead things off in the bottom of the second for the Blue Sox, and he takes strike one. Corliss able to hold back there on a pitch low. Very close to going around, but it's 1-1. That'll be up and away, and the count will be 2-1. 2-1 our score here in the bottom of the second. 1 run on 1 hit for the Blue Sox. 2 runs on 3 hits so far for the Bulldogs. Count is even to Corliss. 2-2 will be followed by DJ Johnson and Andrew Salima. Robbie Cobb able to get out of a 2-on, 1-out jam in the top half of this inning. We'll see if the Blue Sox batters can reward his efforts. Full count now to Corliss. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 strikeouts already for Logadisi. All swinging. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Here is DJ Johnson, the designated hitter. Johnson coming up empty there. 0-1, trying to send that one out to Burlington. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, no.
If you make a bad call, you can blame it on my neck. Okay. Okay, there we go. What ball would strike?
Boy, now we need it on opening night, right? Just letting the ball bounce and hit the home plate umpire in the throat, and it was okay. Just the immediate reaction, like, oh my God, it's like he's having a heart attack. But good thing we got Mark here. Oh, DJ Johnson. Oh. This is theater, and it's only the second inning. It's 2-2. Boy, all this happening on the first two pitches after Mrs. Wojtek arrives in the chat. And we're going to have a conference on the mound. I hadn't seen anyone hit a ball that far in years. Who's parked out there? Oofa. What? And now there seems to be. Oh, the first baseman for the Bulldogs, Nordman, was called for an appeal at first. I guess he thought that Johnson missed first base after the moon shot, but they ruled him safe. So it stands 2-2, back to where we started. Here is Andrew Salima. Well, what do you got to? How do you follow that, man? Foul off, strike one. How do you follow? Umpire, takes a wild pitch off the neck. Everyone's holding their breath, and he's okay. And then DJ, swing and a miss, strike two to Salima. Let the kids play. Salima coming off a season in which he had an OPS of 761 with 1 homer, 18 RBIs, 2 doubles. Salima grounds this one to first. That'll be handled easily by Nordman, 2 down. Feels like summer now. Blue Sox and me pretending I know what I'm talking about for money, right, Mrs. Wojtek? Here is the third baseman, Peter Dudonakis. Fouls that one off for strike one. Peter played at Rick DeAngelis' alma mater, also Alex Wojtek's alma mater, Holy Cross, and last year played for Marist as a grad transfer, but he flies out here to straightaway center, and that does it for the bottom of the second. But DJ Johnson with an early candidate for home run and bat flip of the year. Ties the game at 2 after 2. Robbie Cobb will go back out there for his third inning of work, and he will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Bulldogs lineup, Solomon, Boyle, and Nordman. 2 runs, 3 hits. 3 left for the Bulldogs, 2 runs, 2 hits, none left for the Blue Sox. Season opener for the Blue Sox as they try to hand the Bulldogs their second straight loss to start the season. Corliss fires the ball to second. Here is Patrick Solomon to lead off the top of the third. Solomon with an RBI single, a run scored of his own right in the top of the first. Solomon, first pitch swinging into left center field for a base hit. So he's 2 for 2. Bulldogs already doubling their hit output from last night in 2+ innings. Here's Ryan Boyle, the left fielder, flew out to left his first time up. And Cobb taking a step off the rubber, looking the runner back, and then a pitch high. Ball 1, in case Solomon had any thoughts of going for second. Swing, fly ball into left field on his horse head, unable to run it down is the left fielder Acosta. There's going to be extra bases for Boyle. Into third is Solomon. Second and third, nobody out. So as soon as the Blue Sox tie the game, the Bulldogs with a chance to take the lead again. Here is Nordman. The infield comes in, and Nordman takes up and in for ball 1. Nordman ground out to third, his first time up. In the dirt. 2-0, hitters count, tie game. 2 runners in scoring position, good place to be for the Bulldogs cleanup man. Fouled off, count will be 2-1. Cobb, just focus on your hitter. You know, you don't have to try and force something crazy that could result in a double play or anything. Just get your hitter. It's early. There's a grounder. It gets past Jimenez into left center for a base hit. Into score is Solomon. Boyle into third. Absolute scorcher over to short. Jimenez went down to get it, and it just passed him by the time he could get his glove on it. Bulldogs reclaim the lead, 3-2. Here comes Rick DeAngelis. So first and third, still nobody out in the top of the third with a run home as we have a pitching change coming to you from center field at Lexington High. It's Bulldogs 3, Blue Sox 2. So Chris Wennett will take the field, take the mound for the Blue Sox. So Robbie Cobb goes 2 innings. So far allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, and still responsible for both runners on here. First and third, nobody out. Shane Costello, an RBI single, his first time up. And a broken bat right back to the pitcher. He'll fire to second for 1. On to first. Double play. What a way to make your debut. 1 pitch, broken bat, comebacker, double play, 2 outs. Still a runner, though, at third. Nordman is retired. Boyle's still at third. Here is Brala. Struck out swinging to end the first, his first time up, and that'll be outside for ball 1. Fouled off over towards Harold Crum Field, and the count will be 1-1. The broken bat is just the icing on the cake on that play. 1-2 the count now. First pitch, you want to try and ambush the new arm and see if that could be pivotal in this game. Oh, I'm just inside, and it'll be 2-2. Corliss tried to frame it, didn't get it. We continue, 2-2. 2 outs. Boyle still at third. Fouled off. Matthew Favazzo on deck if Brala can keep the inning going. Liner into center field and caught. Maisel hauls it in, and that'll endure you to the Blue Sox faithful for sure. Through 2.5. Bulldogs reclaimed the lead, but only by 1. 3-2. Wolf, Jimenez, and McCullough due up here in the bottom of the third. What a job by Chris Wennett to allow nothing. 2 batters, 3 outs. Broken bat in the middle of it. And Brala's hit. I mean, that looked good off the bat. Thought it was going to sink and maybe drop in front of Maisel, but just the 1 run for the Bulldogs in the top of the third on 3 hits and 1 left. And Blue Sox still within striking distance here. DJ Johnson timed the game in the bottom of the second with one of the most impressive solo shots I've ever seen in the Intercity League. He knew it right off the bat, too. But an RBI single by Nordman gives the Bulldogs the lead back 3-2. Here we go to the bottom of the third. Here's Nate Wolf. And he takes at the top of the zone for strike 1. So 2 runs on 2 hits with nobody left, by the way, for the Blue Sox. 1-1 the count. 3 runs, 6 hits, 4 left so far For the Bulldogs, 2-1 the count. Vinny Locadisi, the 2 runs on 2 hits with 3 strikeouts so far behind Wolf, 2-1. And up and away, Nate ahead, 3-1. Wolf last year only batted .188 with an on-base percentage of .325, though. Comes up empty there. Full count. And 2 RBIs and 32 at-bats. That season probably his 2018 season. He picks up a walk here to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. Tying run aboard to begin the inning for the Blue Sox. Just to finish the thought about Wolf's 2018 season. 765 OPS, 1 homer, 6 ribbies in 32 at-bats, along with 2 steals. First walk issued by Vinny Locadisi, and here's Anderson Jimenez. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Fouls that one off. The count will be 0-2. Last year, Anderson was just only able to get 1 at-bat with the Blue Sox, but also had a walk and an RBI. It's low. It's all the way back in the first game of the season last year on June 2nd, 2022, against these Bulldogs. Now from 0-2 to 2-2. If you're a Bulldogs fan, obviously you're hoping Locadisi's control isn't slipping this early. Leadoff man McCullough on deck. That's on the outside corner. Is that strike 3? Oh, maybe I missed a pitch that was called a ball that I thought was a strike. My mistake. So I guess it's 3-2. My mistake. Huh. Well, that'll be grounded to the right side. Throw to second in time for 1. That's all they'll get. So I guess the result is effectively the same. Runner still at first. 1 out as Wolf is retired on the fielder's choice. Jimenez reaches. Lineup turns over for McCullough. Single to lead off the bottom of the 1st. Got to second on a wild pitch. Scored on a wild pitch. Jimenez can run. What they got here? Fouled off for strike 1. Big ground ball there with to at least get Wolf on that play. Oh, this is a strike, but as you saw, look at DC falling over on the follow-through. Hope he's okay. Got to fix a divot there on the mound, but 0-2 the count now to McCullough. Intercity League players and fans and coaches do enjoy golf, so yeah, gotta enjoy the cross-sport metaphor there. In the dirt, 1-2. Brian Acosta on deck. Bottom of the 3rd, season opener for the Blue Sox, trailing 3-2 to the Bulldogs. The Lexington Bulldogs now. It's the Battle of Lexington. Although the Bulldogs had played home games here at Lexington High several times last year. Lexington High has been used as a backup field for the entire Intercity League, if for whatever reason, especially with rainouts over the course of the season. That's down and away 2-2, and team's usual home field isn't available. Well, if center field is available, Rick will make sure they can get the games in. Fouled off, and it'll remain 2-2. great new fence with tarp out there, outfield fence with a tarp out there for Lexington High baseball. Obviously the Blue Sox logo, and that's I believe that's Lexington Babe Ruth down there on the right field fence. I just want to see Dustin and his K's again. Great at bat here by McCullough. You know, sometimes you gotta make it a war of attrition. You know, just try and wear down the pitcher, and even if you don't, get on base, it's might make it easier pickings for the guys behind you in the order. Throw over to first. Jimenez back safely. Wolf leading off the inning with a walk. Jimenez reaching on a fielder's choice. Little flare into right field. Jimenez watching it, and it is caught by Costello. Jimenez gets back to first, 2 down. Let's see what Brian Acosta can do. Left fielder struck out swinging his first time up. Some pretty powerful cuts by some of the guys in the Blue Sox lineup here in this first game. Let's see, he'll try and swing out of shoes here. Yeah, that's exactly what he does, but he comes up empty. 4 strike 1. Jimenez really hasn't threatened to run yet at first. And now he has to scamper back. It almost got him. Very close. It was just a little bit of stumble back into the bag by Jimenez, but able to get there. 0-1 the count to Acosta. That's inside. Throw down to first and able to keep it close. Is the first baseman Nordman to prevent throw going into right field and maybe giving Jimenez second base. Good defense been played over there at first by Nordman in this game. 1-1 the count. Oh! Check swing, and he fouled it off. It'll be 1-2. Those balls very close to the hands. When you hear that sound, was it the wood? Was it his hand? There's the wood there. It's a foul ball, 1-2. Julian Alvarez on deck. In the dirt, 2-2. A bit of a quick pitch there, too, by Logadisi. Logadisi comes setting the pitch. Just high, ball 3, and Jimenez going to be off with the pitch here. Fouled off. I think you might have to consider calling time before Logadisi comes set the next time. Try to slow him off his rhythm. He wastes absolutely no time after coming set. You don't want to see him drift into balk territory. Down the third baseline, that is a foul ball. He's ready. He's ready. And we'll get back to the first base bag. And exactly. Costa calls time. Logadisi looks at first. Comes home with it. On the, just inside. Ah, boy. Close. That was the right call, but I've seen these pitchers try to hit the inside corner, and, depending on the umpire, that can go either way. But Jimenez goes up to second. Acosta walks. Alvarez. The veteran, ground out to second, his first time up. Takes a ricochet off the fence, and both runners will advance. That nearly came in and got Alvarez. Up close and personal there. And Eric Steinkraus asked, well, Steinkraus is asking, did it hit him? Yeah, like, all right, so it's just a ball. I mean, if Alvarez was hit, then that just gives you, a force at any base. But second and third, all right. And you put the, I mean, if you get the call, I think Steinkraus is hoping for there, which would be Alvarez getting hit by the pitch. Then like I say, you have the force at home, you force at every base, including home. More ways to get out of the inning, but with Maisel on deck, 2 outs. I mean, more ways to get out of the inning. But if Maisel comes through, if you get Alvarez on, that can spell disaster. So after all that, 1-0 the count, runners at second and third. Up the middle and through for a base hit. Tying run scores, being waved around third is Acosta. Here's the relay to the plate. It's cut off. The Blue Sox lead. Alvarez with his first 2 ribbies of the season, and now here is Austin Maisel. Maisel struck out swinging his first time up in the first. Blue Sox with their first lead of the season, 4-3, here in the bottom of the third. Straight back, 0-2. In the dirt, no advance by Alvarez, 1-2. So Alvarez, with 2 ribbies, is now at 79 for his Blue Sox career. Austin Maisel pops this one up a mile high. It's going to land behind us. It's! I was going to land in the Bulldogs bullpen. They had a couple guy warming it. I thought I was going to be caught for a moment in the bullpen. But it remains 1-2. So Alvarez with 79 RBIs for his Blue Sox career, and also picks up his 94th career Blue Sox hit. Bounces to the plate. 2-2. Long chat here between Brala and Logadisi, trying to buy some time for the action in the bullpen for the Bulldogs. Logadisi's time may be thin if doesn't get Maisel here. 2-2. Alvarez at first. Little looper down the right field line. That's going to go foul and land before the right fielder. Costello could make a catch. Thing was going to be out of play anyways down there on the gravel path. Count remains 2-2. At bat continues. You know, I talk about the war of attrition. You know, you got this great at bat being put on by Maisel. Same with McCullough, even though, you know, he got out. Another foul. Over towards the bleachers. And it's out of play. You can catch and carry in this league, but at that point, you know, when you're, you know, past the front row of the bleachers, that's out of play. Important to know for anyone playing this field for the first time. It's a gravel path down the right side, that's out of play. So past the front row of the bleachers is out of play on the left field line. 2-2 again. In the dirt. You know what happened last time. 3-2 with 2 outs. Jimenez was in motion. Costa drew the walk, then Alvarez brought them both home eventually. 3-2. In the dirt for ball 4. And again, Logadisi trying the quick pitch there. But unsuccessful, as that'll be the 3rd walk of the inning. Issued by the Framingham State Ram. And here is Craig Corliss. So Maisel reaches for the first time after striking out his last time. What can Corliss do after striking out his first time? Alvarez at second, Maisel at first. Still 2 out. 2 runs home here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Blue Sox to take a 4-3 lead. Corliss takes on the inside corner, strike 1. Close to the spot where Acosta was able to draw ball 4, but that was closer to the plate than the pitch Acosta took. So 0-1, and that'll be down and away to even the count. 4-3 Blue Sox, bottom of the 3rd. As might have a bit of an issue with the connection, but it looks like we're good. Thank goodness. Scared for a moment. I had to go to my hotspot and everything, as that is fouled off, and Corliss able to stay alive. Looks as though Logadisi trying to see if he can get these Blue Sox batters fishing. Got to 2 strikes with Corliss that way, but Corliss able to follow that one down there and foul off the last one. Still 1-2. In the dirt, and now it gets away from the catcher Prala. And, hey, I've seen this movie before. 2-2 the count. Alvarez to 3rd, Maisel to 2nd on another wild pitch. Wild pitches have enabled the Blue Sox to get 3 of their 4 runs so far. It's how McCullough got to 2nd and then scored in the 1st. It's how Jimenez and Acosta got into scoring position earlier this inning. And this will be into center field. Looks like it's going to hang up long enough for Cacciatore to make the catch. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 3rd. Blue Sox come through with 2 runs on just 1 hit, the RBI single by Alvarez. Take the lead 4-3 after 3. Good catching up with Nick Sanasuaso between innings there. And here we go, the top of the fourth. Swam it back out there, looks like, for the fourth inning. Here is Matt Favazza to lead things off. He takes strike one. Favazza struck out looking his first time up. That was against the starter, Robbie Cobb. That'll be inside to even the count. 4 runs, 3 hits. 2 left for the Blue Sox. 3 runs, 6 hits, 4 left for the Bulldogs. Favazza comes up empty there, 1-2. Matt Favazza, Trent Ballion, and Nick Favazza due up in the top of the fourth. Foul tip into the mitt of Corliss for strike 3. First strikeout of the season for Willamette. 1 up, 1 down. Top of the fourth. Favazza down on strikes for the second time. Here's Ballion, hit by a pitch back in the second inning. Ballion, the DH for the Bulldogs, takes strike 1. Down and away. 1-1. Good shoot on the outside corner, 1-2. Game's past 1 hour mark. It started at 8:01. It's now 9:13 as down goes Ballion on a called third strike. 2 up, 2 down. Here is Nick Favazza. Favazza had a single his last time up. Broken bat grounder to the right side. Nice bear hit on the first for the out that retires the side. Jesse McCullough, how you doing? Halfway home, 4-3 Blue Sox. New pitcher for the Lexington Bulldogs. Trying to get used to that as quick as I can. Gavin Gattuso, left-hander with kind of a sidearm submarine to it. And he will face DJ Johnson. Don't blame you bringing in the lefty after what Johnson did his first time up. Solo shot to deep right. his first time up. And he'll ground this one to the right side. It is a foul ball, and it's strike 2. Oh. And we're going to have a number of changes for the Bulldogs to report in a moment, but that'll be outside. Full count. This is driven into the right center field gap. Fielder haul it in for out number 1. Looked like he was shifted over that way, and a good call there. Andrew Salima fouls that one off for strike 1. Another lefty for Gattuso to face. Get to the Bulldogs changes as soon as we can. Oh, that came in close to hitting him, but it's 1-1. Eric Steinkraus was giving Bruce some updates, and I'll pass him along as soon as I've got him in my sheet. So Salima, 0 for 1 so far for grounding out to first his first time up. Even the count 1-1. And hit the knob of it, the handle of his bat. Salima, well, the Bulldogs are playing it out. They think it was a fair ball. Salima, and now it has been ruled a fair ball, and he's out. So that's the weirdest 5-3 I've ever seen, but 2 down. Here's Pete Dudonakis. Flew out to center his first time up. Up and away for ball 1. I don't know, man. I thought it dropped in the... I thought it was a foul ball, and that didn't hit him. It looked like it got on the knee and then kicked into the... 2-0. It's a ball in the pitch count anyways. That'll be ball 3. 3-0. Nate Wolf's spot is due up next, but looks like we have a pinch hitter waiting in the on-deck circle. Up and away for ball 4. So a 2-out walk for Dudonakis. So the pinch hitter for Nate Wolf is going to be Patrick Casserly, making his Blue Sox debut here. Casserly, a Holy Cross product as he takes ball 1. Of course, with obviously Rick being a Holy Cross alumnus and a number of other great Blue Sox players coming through Worcester, or the Crusaders. And those connections to build your team that way. Casserly is a native of Chelmsford. He played for Winchendon and Central Catholic, two powers, two high school baseball powers. Winchendon in the NEPSAC and Central Catholic in the MIAA. Just finished his junior year with the Crusaders. When you look at him on the Crusaders on the Holy Cross roster, he's gone from infielder as a freshman to outfielder as a sophomore to catcher as a junior. 2-2 the count to Casserly. And Dudonakis at first for the two-out walk. He just is barely able to foul that one off and stay alive. Casserly this season for Holy Cross was a 190 hitter with 5 homers and 11 RBIs and 100 at-bats. And he takes up and away to fill the count. And a couple of full counts in the bottom of the third when Lagadisi was still up. Let's see what Gattuso can do here. The runner in motion. Down and in for ball 4, first and second. So the line keeps on moving. And here is Anderson Jimenez. Reached on a fielder's choice and came around to score the tying run with Acasa behind him with the go-ahead run on Alvarez's 2-run single last inning. He comes up empty for strike 1. After a relatively easy start to the inning, back-to-back two-out walks, drawn by the Blue Sox, first by Dudonakis, and then by Casserly. Fouled off, and the count will be 0-2. See what Jimenez can do. 0-2 count here. Runner in scoring position. 2 outs. Takes it in the dirt. Ball 1. It's been a rough night to be the home plate umpire. If you just joined us earlier in the game, pitch bounced off in the dirt and hit him in the throat. And I thought we were going to have an emergency, but he was okay after a sip of water. And that's really when the excitement began for the Blue Sox this game, because shortly afterward, DJ Johnson with his home run, and now Jimenez to left. This is carrying, and it's caught in front of the left field fence for out number 3. And I could feel the breeze start to pick up a little bit carrying out to left, too, after Jimenez hit that ball, but it's just going to have to be a long fly out to left to retire the side. And we are through 4. 4-3, Blue Sox. Mike Healy, just checking in. So Casserly looks like he's going to stay in the game after pinch hitting and play first. Still have to get all the Bulldogs changes for you, but get those as soon as I can. It's opening night, folks. Even in the Intercity League, the season is a marathon and not a sprint. Mike Seibert will lead things off. In the top of the fifth, it'll be just outside. 4-1. Whammett back out there for his third inning of work. Do up our Seibert, Cacciatore, and Solomon, and we got just a and some going down out here on the left side is 2-0. Number 10 hitter in the Bulldogs lineup ahead of Whammett, who came in with first and third and nobody out after Robbie Cobb had just given up an RBI single to John Nordman, and then gets Costello to ground to a broken bat 1-6-3 double play. Bralla flies out to center and then gets the Bulldogs 1-2-3 in the fourth, but he's now behind Seibert 3-0. More action behind Whammett, however, in the Blue Sox bullpen, as that is in there for a strike. 3-1. Practice the other night, Rick DeAngelis did say, we'll try to get as many guys action as they could. It wasn't necessarily a situation where you wanted to see if Cobb could go the distance, excuse me, but leadoff man is aboard. First base runner allowed by Whammett, but now we're going to have a mound conference. Entire infield for the Blue Sox coming in here to chat with Rick DeAngelis. Leadoff man aboard for the Bulldogs. First base runner they've had against Whammett. Joe Cacciatore due up here. Cacciatore 0 for 1, walked, stole second and third, and scored in the first and ground out to short to end the second. Great play, too, by Anderson Jimenez on that throw to end the second. That's in there for strike one. To the leadoff hitter, Cacciatore. Runner does not go, and the pitch is in there for strike two. 0-2. Top of the fifth, 4-3. Blue Sox, their season opener against the newly rechristened Lexington Bulldogs. Trying to avoid losing two straight to begin the season, as that's just down and away. 4-1. Bulldogs succumbing to the defending league, Interstate League champion Sabertooth Expos. Lost them last night 8-0 here in Lexington High. Expos defeating the Blue Sox in the Intercity League Championship Series 3-1 last season. The first time that someone other than the Blue Sox lifted the Intercity League Championship trophy for since 2014, when the Chiefs took down the Blue Sox, and that string of epic battles every summer between the Blue Sox and the Andre Chiefs. Towering fly ball into right field. Alvarez has it for out number one. Here is Patrick Solomon, the third baseman. The only player in this game so far with 2 hits. Single in the first and third and scored as well. That's inside and near the Blue Sox dugout. and get ready to throw to second to Craig Corliss, but no advance by Seibert over at first. 1-0 the count. One and one. One and two. Whammond's been living on that outside corner in his outing so far. Keep it up. So the Bulldogs are going to adjust. He came back in there and just barely able to foul it off. It's Solomon. 1 and 2 still. Difference in this game right now is a 2-run single by the veteran, Julian Alvarez, in the third inning. Throw down to first after the ball, and it popped out of Casserly's glove anyways. So it's 2 and 2. Three and two. Look good. Look good. See if Solomon. Let's see if Seibert runs here, huh? The number 3 hitter on deck. He does not run, and it's popped up behind second base, and able to make the catch. Is McCullough for out number 2. So Solomon is retired for the first time. 2 down. Ryan Boyle, double his last time up. The only extra base hit of this ball game so far for the Bulldogs. Lone extra base hit so far for the Blue Sox, a home run by Johnson, as this is skied into left center field, and it is caught by Maisel for the out that retires the side. Give it a good ride. Didn't get as much carry, though, as Jimenez's fly ball to end the last half inning, but that, of course, stayed in the park. This one a little easier. Look good off the bat, but we're through 4.5, and the Blue Sox still on top. 4-3. Jesse McCullough to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th, 1 for 2. Single run scored in the first, fly out to right in the third. Gattuso gets strike 1 past McCullough as he tries to bunt his way on to begin the inning. McCullough, Acosta, and Alvarez due up in the bottom of the 5th. Gattuso back out there for the Bulldogs. And that'll just miss. Ball 1 Well, I don't know. That'll look good, but I feel like, if you throw something off speed above the zone, you're not going to get it at all with this umpire. If the batter doesn't swing. But McCullough does swing there and come up empty, so it's 1-2. Down away, 2-2. You got the lefty up earlier, but you got a number of righties coming up here, including Alvarez, due up third this inning. Full count now. Sox looking for some insurance. Here in the fifth, McCullough into center field, and this will get over the head of the center fielder, bounce towards the fence for a leadoff double. Leadoff man in scoring position for the Blue Sox. I wonder if Rick D'Angelis is going to play small ball here. Do you have Acosta try to bunt him over to third? He does not square and takes up and away for ball one. Acosta struck out swinging in the first. Ended up walking and scoring in the third. Good patience shown by Acosta. He came up empty on the first pitch of the first two at-bats, and now there's the ambush tactics, but he comes up empty, 1-1. Swing and a miss. A little late on that one. 1-2. Yeah, you can't make up your mind that late. I think he was going to try and lay that one off, but I saw it hang a little bit more than I thought it would. Now Acosta's going to call time here. Saw that. Actually, it was Alvarez who told Acosta to call time against Locadisi his last time up, and panned out in the end for him. On the inside corner for strike three, and now this one goes up the line as it's a stolen base. It's going to be a run scored for McCullough. So Acosta strikes out, but McCullough steals third and then comes home on the E2 to pad the lead to 5-3 for the Blue Sox. Backwards K for Acosta, caught looking on called third strike on the inside, and now Alvarez takes ball one. One out, nobody on, and a run home here for the Blue Sox. Alvarez with that big two-run single his last time up. Comes up empty there, and it's 1-1. Every batter for the Blue Sox this game has reached base so far except for Corliss and Salima. 1-2 the count now to Jules. Corliss is due up after Maisel, who is on deck. Alvarez into right center field, and it gets past the right fielder. It looked like it was going to be a routine flyout, but Alvarez is on second. Didn't think it was going to get out, but boy, the way it hung up there and kind of just the jog by the right fielder, didn't think it was just going to be two outs, nobody on. Instead, runner at second, one out. Here is Maisel, walked his last time up, and that bounced to the plate for ball one. This is the part of the lineup where you want the lefty with Maisel and Corliss. Well, he's a righty, but then Johnson after him. So I'm trying to keep the lefty in as long as you can to try and get past Maisel, and even if Corliss gets a single, have the lefty against Johnson. 2-0, and for what it's worth, there's no one warming right now for the Bulldogs. This game isn't over. It's a 2-run game at the bottom of the fifth. Bulldogs still within striking distance, but they need some help here from Gattuso. That's going to be grounded up the middle for a base hit. Takes a nice hop into the outfield, out of the reach of the second baseman, and into score is Alvarez to make it 6-3. RBI single for Austin Maisel. (6-3) Blue Sox. Maisel picks up the RBI base hit. Like I said, Corliss, righty against the lefty, but I'll try and hopefully get him here, or at least prevent him from driving in a run. You can see if he can get through Johnson without any damage after damage he did to this. His first at bat, 0-1 the count to Collins. Again, he's 0 for 2. He pops this one foul, and that'll get out of play to make it 0-2. So like I said, every batter so far for the Blue Sox has reached base except Corliss and Salim. That includes Wolf with his lone plate appearance with a walk. And then Castley pinch hitting for him, walking. But Corliss goes down on strikes, 2 down. And here's DJ Johnson. Johnson with a solo shot his first time up in the second, and then a fly out to center in the fourth. Couple of big insurance runs for the Blue Sox here in the fifth, hoping for more. That's up and away for ball one. Top of the sixth, Nordman, Costello, and Bralla are due up for the Bulldogs. Grounder past the diving second baseman into right center field for a base hit. Good effort there, but Johnson picks up his second hit of the game. Up to second goes Maisel. First and second, 2 out. And now Andrew Salima. Ground out to first and a ground out to third so far. Trying to get this lead to 4 runs before the sixth. Tough one to judge there. It's a strike, but looks like a pitch. You feel like you can get wood on there. Looks like it's over the plate long enough, but not in the right spot, I guess. What Salima was looking for. That'll go down and in, and the count will even at 1. 4 hits in the inning for the Blue Sox. Double by McCullough, double by Alvarez, single by Maisel, single by Johnson. Swing and a miss. Salima behind 1-2. Blue Sox with more hits in this inning than they had in the first 4. 3 hits up to through the first 4 innings. So he helped out with a number of walks as this is into right center field, and that is off the fence. It'll score at least 1. Rick DeAngelis is waving DJ Johnson around. He will score. 2-run double, third double of the inning for the Blue Sox. 8-3. So here's Pete Dudonakis trying to keep the line moving, Drew a walk his last time up. Inside for ball one. And now we got some action warming in the Bulldogs bullpen. Andrew Salima with the 2-run double to make it a 5-run game. 8-3 Blue Sox. They have scored 6 unanswered. DJ Johnson's now 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, including that home run. Alvarez 2 for 3. He's got a run and a RBI, just a run, and a couple of ribbies. Didn't drive in McCullough. McCullough just scored on the error. McCullough's 2 for 3 with 2 steals, 2 runs. 1 steal, 2 runs. This feels like 2 steals the way he got around the base in the first to score that first run. Now he's been creating it himself at the top of the order this game, McCullough. 3-1 now, the count to Dudonakis. Casserly is on deck next. And new noodle for the Bulldogs looks like he's ready to go in case I had to make a change. They can't get Dudonakis here. A walk. Second one drawn by Pete. First and second. And no change yet. No sign of Eric Steinkraus yet. So it is going to be Gattuso to face Casserly. Casserly walked his first time up. And he takes strike 1. Rapidly approaching the 2-hour mark of this ball game. Wolf, in his only plate appearance in this spot of the order, walked, and then Casserly took a walk. Casserly get a hit here to maybe bring home a run. That's in the dirt. Count is 1-1 to Casserly. Salima at second, Dudonakis at first. 2-1. Gattuso comes set in the pitch. Up and away, 3-1. Anderson Jimenez on deck next. Blue Sox more than doubling their hit output in this game and their runs of this game in this one inning. Popped up on the infield over towards the first base line. It drops, but it's a foul ball. I mean, can't knock the hustle by the catcher, Brala, to try and tag Salima, trying to sneak in the back door there, but it was a foul ball. It was right on the foul line when it dropped. It was never touched in fair territory by the pitcher, Gattuso. So 3-2, 2 outs. Runners will be going with this pitch. A little bit of cleanup. Boy, this game's had a little bit of everything, hasn't it? You have 2 outs, you just keep running there. You don't fault Salima for doing that. Runners go, the pitch. Outside, ball 4, bases loaded. And here comes Eric Steinkraus, and looks like that is going to do it. For Gattuso, have a pitching change coming to you from center field. Hang on. It's only the first visit, remember, by Steinkraus. We had the arm warming, but Steinkraus is going to show some faith in Gavin Gattuso and see if he can strand the bases loaded here, keep the deficit at 5. But again, it was 4-3 at the start of this inning, and 4 runs now on 5 hits plus 2 more walks. Bases loaded, 2 out for him, and as 0 for 2, reached on fielder's choice and scored in the third, flew out to left. Big fly ball to left field. Dramatic final out of that bottom of the 4th. Just a little bit of a breeze getting behind it after it went off his bat, but couldn't get it all the way out or get it down for a hit, but it is 2-0 to the Blue Sox shortstop. Salima at third, Dudonakis at second, Casserly at first. 3-0. It's the 10th batter of the inning for the Blue Sox. Not batting around yet because they are batting 10. Kind of a late strike call, but I thought that was going to be a strike after all, and it is 3-1. You're Jimenez, knowing he came just short last at bat. You want to stroke a deep one to the gap you would like, but he fouls that one off, and hey, folks, carousel's going to be in motion again. Runners will be off with this 3-2 pitch with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. He goes down, gets this one, fouls it off the other way, but that's going to get out of play and spoils it, keeps the at-bat alive. You like the bases clear one, just even a smash off the middle would do if you're Jimenez, and he takes ball 4. Well, I'll get an RBI anyway. And it is 9-3. As in to score from third is Salima. So Jimenez gets the walk and the ribby. It's the 3rd straight walk, 2. And that'll do it for Gattuso, and this will be the pitching change coming to you from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. 9-3 Blue Sox as 5 straight batters have reached with 2 outs. Tell the folks at home. Logan Riley is going to take the bump for the Bulldogs to try and keep this deficit from getting out of hand. It's Logan Riley, Reilly, and that is one of the funkiest windups or deliveries I've seen in a long time. Check this out. Left-handed pitcher kind of tucks the front leg back before he follows through, and then it's almost like the the J.P. Howell sort of thing that he did for the Dodgers, and I think he also did it for the Rays a few years ago. It also kind of reminds me of Jordan Walden and Carter Capps, just with the way he pushes off the rubber. It's not like he's trying to do like the crow hop delivery that those guys did, but it kind of looks that way. So Logan Riley takes over on the mound for the Bulldogs. When guys like that, like Carter Capps and Jordan Walden and J.P. Howell were in the majors, I would use those deliveries for my MLB The Show, Road to the Show player. It's the coolest deliveries I'd ever seen, but not so much. They had to make those. I thought those deliveries were illegal. If you've ever seen videos of Carter Capps, you know what I'm talking about. He just hops off the rubber before he actually throws the ball. First pitch is a strike to Jesse McCullough, who led off this inning with a double, then stole third and came home to score on an error. One and one the count to the 11th batter of the inning, and only now the Blue Sox batted around McCullough. Swings and misses, and it is 1-2. Five straight batters have reached since Corliss struck out for the second out of this inning. Single by Johnson, double by Salima, walks by Dudinakis, Casserly, and Jimenez. And that's in the dirt, but no advance by the runners. A good block by the catcher. Count is even at 2-2. No more action. It's like behind Riley. Bulldogs. 2-2 the count, 2 out, 5 runs home in the inning for the Blue Sox. Just up. Full count again. Gentlemen, start your engines. Dudinakis, Casserly, and Jimenez will all be off with the pitch. Acosta due up next. Riley comes set. 3-2. Fouled off. Nothing comes easy in this house, huh? Oh, that would have been ball 4, but he went down, tried to get it, and fouled it off. Curveball on the back foot. And he actually got McCullough to go after it, but he was just very lucky to get a piece. 3-2 again. Here it is. In the dirt, ball 4 ricochets to the backstop. Not going to matter with it being ball 4. Run scores. 10-3. Fourth consecutive walk drawn by the Blue Sox this inning. Casserly now at third, Jimenez now at second. Acosta struck out looking. His first time up this inning. Tried the back foot curveball again, but that is ball 1. Acosta 0 for 2 with that walk and run scored in the third, sandwiched between a strikeout swinging in the first and a strikeout looking in the fifth. His first time up this inning. Down and away. 2-0. Acosta, the 12th batter of the inning. 6 runs here in the bottom of the 5th for the Blue Sox to extend a 1-run edge into a 7-run cushion. And now 3-0 to Acosta. And Alvarez's spot is due up next, but looks like we got a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle, if it comes to that. Ball 4. Another run scores, 11-3. Casserly comes in, credit the RBI to Acosta. Menace to third, McCullough to second. Bobby Hardy is going to be the pinch hitter for Julian Alvarez. Not Hardy like Laurel and Hardy or the Hardy Boys or Matt and Jeff Hardy, but Hardy, Haarde. And Bobby takes strike one. That's in there for strike two. 0-2. Hardy's a graduate of Lincoln Sudbury, went to Denison's roster for baseball, but he swings and misses for strike three. The side is retired. The Blue Sox leave the bases loaded, but I'm sure they're fine with sending 13 men to the plate and scoring 7 of them to take an 11-3 lead after 5. Stephen Bangs will take the mound for the top of the 6th for the Blue Sox. Last season, Bangs in 7 games was 1-1 with a 230. Who'd you say was in the left again? Hartley. Thank you. Just to finish my thought on Bangs' stats last year, 1-1, 14 2/3 innings in 7 games, 2.39 ERA, 15 hits, 7 runs, 5 which are earned, walked 11, struck out 17, hit 2 batters through 7 wild pitches. He had a whip of 1.773, but averaged more than a strikeout per inning. Only pitched in 1 game in the postseason last year and went an inning in 2/3 against the Expos in the championship series and did not allow a run, a hit, or a walk, but did hit 1 batter. Number of changes for Blue Sox defensively in addition to Bangs, as that'll be ball 1. What we got in the top of the 6th? One and 1 the count to John Nordman, 1 for 2 with a RBI single. That feels like so long ago. And Nordman's RBI single actually gave the Bulldogs the lead back at 3-2. That was back in the top of the 3rd. They had first and third, nobody out. And then they made the change, and that'll be strike 3 called. It's been all Blue Sox since as Nordman goes down on strikes. 1 up, 1 down. Want it in line for the win. And not a save situation here for Bangs, but a good start to his 2023 as he rings up Nordman here to begin the top of the 6th. Those changes for the Blue Sox defensively. Joe Auger is going to bat in Austin Mazel's spot. He's now in right field. Bobby Hardy stays in the game. He is in center. The new left fielder is going to be Nate Hartley, batting in Acosta's spot. Sorry, folks, we're keeping the score bug up there, but up to date anyways. But it's going to be 2-1, I believe. Yep, 2-1. Line the other way, and that'll drop. Foul for strike 2. 11-3 our score. Blue Sox fell behind early, 2-0. Jesse McCullough got on base to begin the bottom of the first with a single, and got to second on a wild pitch and scored on a wild pitch. Grounder down the third base line. That's a foul ball. Kicked foul very close to the bag, but 2-2. DJ Johnson setting the tone for the Blue Sox offense this season with a deep solo shot in the second to right center to tie the game at 2. Here's a grounder to second, on to first. 2 up, 2 down here at the top of the 7th. Mentioned Bulldogs take the lead in the third, 3-2 off Nordman's RBI single. Then Rick DeAngelis makes the move to Chris Wommack and really endears himself to the Blue Sox faithful with a first pitch broken bat comebacker double play. Ends up going 3 innings of relief with just a 1 walk, no hits, and no runs allowed. So he's in line for the win, as that's in there for strike 1. And Blue Sox take the lead in the bottom of the third with a 2-run single by Alvarez, and then 7 score in the 5th. Swing and a miss, and it's strike 2. Mentioned Joe Auger now in right field in Austin Mazel's spot in the lineup. He is due to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Then it's Corliss and Johnson due up after him. That's a fair ball off the handle of the bat. Throw on to first in time, and the side is retired. The Bulldogs go 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. And they have 3 offensive outs to work with. Blue Sox up 8. Still have another turn at bat waiting for them. We got a defensive change for the Bulldogs. I'm sorry I hadn't gotten all of them to you, and I was hoping to get. But we got a new third baseman over there, and it's going to be Joe Walsh at third for Siebert, who had started the game at second, then moved to third. So Walsh at third, and Siebert's spot in the order. Riley back out there for the bottom of the 6th. Again, it's Auger, Corliss, and Johnson due up. So here is Auger, again in right field in Mazel's spot to lead off the inning. Auger played at Lowell High School for Danny Graham and went to Worcester State. .238 with 1 home run and 10 ribbies for the Lancers. Comes up empty. Strike one. Riley delivers. Sails up and away for ball one to even the count. Game's past the 2 hour and 10-minute mark. Oh, there is the Thunder coming early. Or is that just a, oh no, that's a noxious plane flying into Hanscom probably. I don't know. There is rain in the forecast starting sometime tomorrow, and then actually for several days. And with the heat the last few days, you know, it's going to be good for the grass and everything. Don't want to play on a parched field, obviously, but don't want to play on a waterlogged one either. So we'll put the exhibition with the Katuitt Kettleers in jeopardy on Sunday. We hope to have that game for you here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network if we are able to play it and the weather cooperates as Auger goes down on strikes. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Here is Corliss trying to get on base for the first time. 0 for 3. On the inside corner, strike one. And so we do have someone in the on-deck circle right now for DJ Johnson. And DJ's more than earned the at-bat off. And, well, get on base any way you can, right? Corliss gets plunked on the back foot. I've had a number of, walks and wild pitches from Bulldogs arms today, but that's the first hit batsman, I believe. And we're going to have a mound conference before we have our pinch hitter for DJ. It's going to be Dylan Walsh. Oh, I'm sorry? Oh, Brendan Walsh. Oh, yeah, I see it now. Yep. No, I got it. You said Dylan's going to hit for Jimenez? Okay. All right, so we're just going over some change for the Blue Sox. We also have a new pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs, another lefty. No, I don't. The entire team has new numbers this year, the Bulldogs. Oh, yeah, I know. Did the Chiefs ever even have Andre on the front? Chiefs. All right. Never had Blue Sox or, the pair. Just as we've never had the word Lexington on our jerseys. Like I say, the Oregon of the Intercity League, right? Yeah. Nope. Joe's wearing 47 now, but well, anyways, Brendan Walsh is going to face the new arm for the Bulldogs, so a whole new matchup here. Got to update the bases here on the score bug. Corliss is hit by pitch, and Yeah, it's just another one of those games, isn't it? You've watched the Blue Sox long enough enough years, you know how these games can kind of. Dimitri? All right. Dimitri Skouridis is the new pitcher for the Bulldogs, and it's a full count now, 3-2. I mean, it's these things happen several times a year, it seems. Fouled off. Still a full count to Walsh. Yeah, it's 7 runs last inning, right? Yeah, 11-3. Yeah. Fouled off. Well, good battle being put on here by Walsh. These. The outcome may not may not be in doubt, but it's for your own benefit later in the season. Up and away, and it's a walk. First and second. So pinch hitter for Salima is going to be Anthony Piscatello, and he takes strike one. Skips the play. Oh, that hit him. Another hit by pitch on the back foot on pitch behind the guy. So bases loaded, 1 out. So after Auger gets hit by strikes out to begin the inning, Corliss gets hit by a pitch. Walsh and boy, it's that kind of night, isn't it? Dudinakis up to the plate for the 4th time. 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Dudinakis fouls that one off. 1-1 the count. Inside, 2-1. Nah. Smoke down the left field line, but just a bit too far out in front of it. 2-2 the count to Pete Dudinakis. Blue Sox have 11 runs on just 8 hits. They tally in all the walks and hit by pitches. It makes sense, as that is outside full count. Casserly on deck. Little pop up over to the right side. He caught it! Diving catch by the second baseman just into the outfield grass. Get your uniform dirty. 2 down. I mean, that's close to infield fly territory, but it was sinking fast, and just with the runners having to hang on to the bags, there only being 1 out. Guess you're the Blue Sox. You're just glad you don't get into an inning-ending double play in that situation. But here is Casserly. Strike one. Casserly has 2 walks in 2 plate appearances so far. Yep. That was the one that that was the one that Acosta brought home on his on the walk. Yep. Watch your lips. Seven, 8, 9 spots due up in the top of the 7th for the Bulldogs. Blue Sox loading the bases with 1 out here in the 6th without the 8 of a hit, but now 2 outs and 2 strikes on Casserly. Follow the bouncing ball. Remember early on there was a pitch in the dirt that bounced up and caught the home plate umpire in the throat, and I thought we might have to abandon the game. I don't know if there was an emergency, but he was okay. This is into right field, and it'll be caught before the out that retires the side. So the Blue Sox leave the bases loaded, get nothing out of it, but I don't think they're too concerned. We go to the top of the 7th. Closing count of the Blue Sox, up 11-3. Casserly retired for the first time on that flyout. And we got a new arm on the mound for the Blue Sox, it looks like. Or is it? Is it? We don't have the sound system that fill the gaps a little bit, but then again, YouTube and the copyright strikes. If we were playing the copyrighted music, even if it's on the loudspeaker and everything. Eric Lopes is the new pitcher for the Blue Sox. Last year in the regular season, in 5 games, was 2-0 with a 1.85 ERA and 11 third innings. Allowed 4 hits, 6 runs, 3 of which are earned. Walked 10, struck out 19, no home runs allowed. Hit 2 batters, no wild pitches or balks. Played in 2 games in the postseason last year and was 1-1, getting a win against Melrose and then taking a loss against the Expos. Against Melrose, 5 innings. 5 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. In 5 innings and allowed 6 hits, but only 1 earned run with 4 walks, though, and 5 strikeouts against the Expos in his loss championship series on August 10th of last year. Well, the Blue Sox looking like they're well on their way to opening night win, and the Bulldogs hoping they can put at least something on the board here in the top of the 7th to avoid losing their first 2 games by 8 runs each. Took an 8-0 loss from the Sabertooth Expos last night. Now down 8 here on the against the Blue Sox. Tough order to go up against the reigning ICL finalists back-to-back in the first 2 games of the season As have Nana Adu lead things off here for the Bulldogs. Last year for the Bulldogs, Adu was only a 121 hitter, but had a 310 on base percentage. Only 4 hits in 33 at bats with 1 double and 1 ribby, but had that with 5 walks and 4 hit by pitches. And last night against the Expos was hit by another pitch. So 333 on base percentage to start the season for Nana Adu. That's on the inside corner for strike 1. One and one. Strike 2, 1 and 2 to Nana Adu. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. 1 down. Dude didn't like that call, but 1 up, 1 down here on the top of the 7th. Dylan Steinkraus, son of Bulldogs manager Eric Steinkraus, takes strike 1. Last year, Dylan was a 167 hitter with 5 hits, 1 run scored, 1 ribby, 3 walks to 7 strikeouts. He also had 3 sacrifice hits. 1 and 2 the count. Only Blue Sox with a 7th spot in the 5th to pull away from the Cincinnati Reds. Blue Sox with a 7 runs to pull away from the Bulldogs. The Red Sox with a 6th spot in the 8th to pull away from the Cincinnati Reds tonight. See the lights are about to go off? These games seem to, you know, the average length seems to increase as the years have gone on. I think Rick's learned his lesson at that point to try and shut off the lights at, 11 now? So the Blue Sox and their crimson-colored brethren with big innings to pull away for wins here on the first night of June. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 up, 2 down. And the Bulldogs down to their final out. Just high for ball 1. I feel like I should turn on the ambient mic for this one, but I need to get my voice in stereo. But there's a strike. 1 and 1. Might be a little more interesting with the chatter from the dugouts at this point, but it's really the Bulldogs are the ones who've been talking the most. It's not like they're not like trash talking or anything with the Blue Sox, you know. 1 and 2. Blue Sox, you know, after the way last season ended, you know, a 3-1 loss in the championship series to the Expos, they are focused and they want the ring I want to know where the gold. 2-2. Going for banner 17, ring 17, whatever you want to call it, as far as the Inner City League is concerned. 17 already if you include the Pete Frady's Dave Ahern Cup, summer of 2020. Season 29 of Blue Sox baseball. And looking to put the finishing touches on a big win on opening night. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Here it is. Yep, that'll be ball 4, and we'll keep on going. Joe Walsh gonna get a turn at bat here. Walsh only played in 4 games and only got 2 at-bats last season for the Bulldogs. Was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but also drew a walk. Walsh got a little more action as a pitcher last season for the Bulldogs as he swings and misses to even the count at 1. He had no wins or losses, but had 1 save and did not allow an earned run in 6 1/3 innings. Did allow 4 hits. 10 walks, though, but struck out 7. That was his stats as a pitcher last season. 1-2 the count. High, and it pops to the backstop, and be 2-2, runner in scoring position. Again, the Bulldogs, hoping to, if Walsh can come through with a base hit here, bring home a run, avoid, another 8-run loss to start the season. 2-2 the count. Lopes comes set. Down the pipe for strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. Y'all can hum Desire by U2 to yourselves. Game time, 2 hours, 33 minutes. The winning pitcher, Chris Wannett. The losing pitcher, Vinilo Gadisi. Blue Sox win 11-3. They're 1-0. The Bulldogs are 0-2. In a reasonable start to the season, I'd say, for the Blue Sox as they try to march their way back to another ship. Number of good performances tonight for the Blue Sox. Tucker is going to interview Jesse McCullough on Blue Sox Blue Sox _ICL on Twitter and Instagram. McCullough going 2 for 3 with a single, a double, stolen base, 2 runs scored, and a walk. Chris Wannett, again, 3 innings, 1 walk, no runs allowed. 2 strikeouts, and of course that big broken bat double play on the first pitch he threw. DJ with the 2 for 3 day with a single, a home run, 2 runs scored. It's great performances on both sides of the ball for the Blue Sox. Set the tone to begin the 2023 season. So thanks for watching this presentation of the Lexington Blue Sox Baseball Network here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Watch all our games live and on demand. Next game is going to be scheduled for Sunday. It is our annual exhibition down on the Cape at Lowell Park in Cotuit, Mass. against the Cotuit Kettleers of the Cape League, weather, of course, permitting. Just tune in Sunday afternoon, and if the weather isn't obvious, and iron sharpens iron, as I told the guys on Tuesday night, and it's a great chance to see the Blue Sox test their mettle against some of the best college talent in America. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is Lexington Blue Sox 11 and the Lexington Bulldogs 3. For all my rowdy friends here at Lexington, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in.